Hello, hello, hello. It's LaShanda Henry here, aka Sister Sense with Little Miss Printerman. Got her booty all up in my face. Yes, I see you. And I see y'all too. Hello, it's your girl LaShanda Henry here. Hey, boss. Hey, today, beautiful morning, Monday, we're going to talk about how to make more and save more. This is a make more, save more challenge for my fellow bosses out there looking to get clear about some smart things you can do to build your best online business with strategy and intention. So let's jump into it. What I'm going to do is walk you through the 6 things that I want to share with you. Number 7, we're going to leave until the end, okay? Now, for me, there are 3 sides to this on each side: making more and saving more. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about your revenue, your reach, and your routine. That's side number 1. When it comes to making more money, how you can focus on your revenue goals, your reach goals, and your routine goals. That's side number 1. Number 2, what we're going to talk about is your saving habits when it comes to number 1, your monthly expenses, number 2, your weekly expenses, and number 3, finding the funds to fund your business. So we're going to talk about these 2 sides today. Hopefully you guys are excited about this web class. Feel free to say hey and let me know who you are and where you're coming in from. Number 1. Number 2, feel free to share, because that's what it's all about. Sharing is caring. And you can also tag a few folks here that you say, look, LaShanda is about to bring that fire. You definitely want to come in and take a virtual seat. And of course, last but not least, for those of you catching me on the replay side, always remember to drop into the comment box, #replays rock. So I want to make sure that you guys are working on your success goals this week. If you haven't already done so, also feel free to go over to sistersense.com. That's me, SISTASENSE. sistersense.com/SSG to download the Sister Sense Success Guide, absolutely free, a PDF full of some of my good resources, solutions, and services for you. All righty. So let's jump into this conversation. Like I said, when it comes to making more, I always love to focus on my 3 R's: your revenue, your reach, your routine. So this is a beautiful Monday morning. We're going into a new week. First thing that I want you to do is to think about your revenue goals, right? With respect to what exactly are you going to be selling this week? What are you going to be creating that you're going to monetize this week? Okay. I've got a few things. I've got some upcoming events that are happening. I have a new program. I've got some LPP, low price point offers that I'm promoting this week. So LPP's new program, upcoming events. What are some things on your to-do list? Okay, so this is your opportunity to work on your personal clarity with respect to your profit and your projects for this coming week. Okay, by the way, for those of you who would love to come out and work with me as part of my weekend workshops, I've got one in October and then one in January, as well as the Back to Business Virtual. Feel free to, when you download that guide, sistersense.com/SSG, this is the Sense Success Guide, take a look at some of the upcoming events and resources that I share in there. Okay, so first thing that we're going to again touch on is your revenue. What are those profit projects, products that you're going to be putting out this week? Okay, and feel free to share if you've got a particular product that you are promoting this week. Feel free to share it here. All right, that's number 1, your revenue. Number 2, your routines. Well, no, wait, before we get to routines, your reach. Your reach is all about what you're going to do as far as your visibility is concerned. How are you going to reach more people so more people can see you this week? Inside of my mastermind, I've got an upcoming webinar, and it's part 2 of the conversation around building your social media following. And one of the things I talked about is organic marketing, because I'm very much an organic marketer. But at the same time, there are times when strategically you may want to invest into some form of advertising to increase your visibility. So I'm going to be posting and working on a few ads this week, number 1. Number 2, as you see here, I love to jump on here and share these web classes with you. So live stream is very much a part of my to-dos as far as my weekly marketing is concerned. And number 3, not just lives, but using a platform like YouTube. YouTube has millions and millions and millions of hours worth of video content consumed every single week. So not even just thinking about the live stream platform, which by the way, it's not just Facebook Live, but you got YouTube Live, you got Periscope, you got Instagram Live, you got all these different platforms, right? Being in a space where you're taking advantage of advertising, live stream marketing, video marketing, just to name a few. Those are some of the things that I'm working on this week, as I do pretty much every single week. What are those things that you're going to do to work on your reach? Now, before I continue this conversation on reach, let's just backtrack for a second. The first thing that I said to you is I want you to work on your revenue. And I said, okay, what are some upcoming products? And what are some projects that you're putting out and promoting this coming week so that you're reaching your revenue goals? Now, I gave you a few examples of mine. I have an upcoming event. I have a new program that's coming up for the next month, as well as some LPP low price point products. Thank you for the thumbs and the hearts. I appreciate that. Again, feel free to share this out as well. Now, as I'm giving you a few examples of products that I'm working on as far as my revenue goals for this week, I want you to write this down. SWS. SWS is one of my favorite Sister Sense acronyms. Sell what sells. So as I'm trying to kind of let you know what I'm doing so you can kind of get motivated to think about what you're going to sell this week to work on your revenue goals, I want you to identify the things that sell well for you. So sell what sells, that's number one. Number two, the second part of this, because I said for me, when it comes to more money, it's all about your revenue, your reach, and your routines. When it comes to your reach, I said there are a few things that I'm doing this week. I'm working on some live streaming, as I do every week. I try to at least once or every couple of days do a live stream, as well as uploading videos to my YouTube channel, as well as doing a little bit of advertising as far as paid advertising. For the most part, I do organic marketing, things like this, right? So when I identify a few ways that I'm working on reaching more people and the existing people in my circle this week, I want you to write this down. Another signature Sister Sense acronym, WWW. I want you to work what works. What are those things when it comes to you reaching more people, getting more people to see your good? What are those things that you do that work for you? So WWW, work what works. That's number two. Number three, your routines. At the end of the day, one of my favorite quotes is do something today that your future self will thank you for. And if you get into the habit of proactively doing things that are going to help you in your business, you should be seeing more progress, more evolution, right? Most people struggle with this because they're not consistent enough when it comes to taking action and making moves to actually move forward. So when I say that, I want you to identify routine-wise, what are some things that you're doing on a daily, weekly basis to move your business forward? So I mentioned that live stream is something that I absolutely love doing, right? Another thing that I do is I consistently check in with my audience via email, because email marketing is important. It's Monday, so sending out a message to your audience on Monday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on payday, right? Make sure that you're consistently communicating with your audience. These are some things that are integrated into my routines. On Wednesday, I do clarity calls. On Sunday and Saturday, when I have some free time, I work on my good, right? I make sure that I'm checking in with my clients, so I'm getting their products done. What are your routines? I would say that this year, I've really kind of put the fire up underneath me so that I can start writing more again. I've written quite a few ebooks this year. I've got a few more to finish, and I'm working through, she loves her rubs, and I'm working through writing some more. I've got some of the new books that I've created in the corner over here. And I say that to say this. Integrating more writing was important, because here's the deal. I used to say, oh, I'm too busy to write. But at the end of the day, you can find a way or find an excuse, but you can't do both. So I've created new training so that I could share my writing templates with clients, and also created more time blocks where I'm integrating writing into my schedule. So in doing that, I've been able to publish quite a few new ebooks, and quite a few ladies have grabbed them as part of my Sister Sense Girl Boss Book Club. And I'm consistently consistently working on that. So what I want you to be able to do is to identify those things that you say, I really want to do this. I really want to accomplish more of this. And I want you to start integrating the time and the tools to make that happen. So my routines with respect to live streams and email marketing every week and writing every week, those are important to me. And I want you to identify what's important to you. So PYP, pick your priorities. Now, this is a twofold conversation. I said I want to talk to you today about making more, number one, and saving more, number two. Before we get into the saving, just to remind you, when it comes to making more, I challenge you this week to work on your revenue, your reach, and your routines using some of the recommendations that I've given you here, along with some of my favorite SysAsense signature acronyms. Number one, I said to you, SWS, sell what sells. Number two, I said to you, make sure that you WWW, work what works. And number three, PYP, pick your priorities. So hopefully you can think of some things, and feel free to drop into the comment box what revenue goals, what routines, and what reach initiatives you're going to be working on this week. All right. Feel free to, again, share this out or tag somebody who needs to hear this. And remember, make sure that you guys go over to sysasense.com/SSG to download the SysAsense Success Guide. Hello. Hi, Impact 2436. Hey, Resume Workshop. Welcome, welcome. Over here, I see Kay Janelle. I see Valerie. Hello. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. Feel free to just say hey to me to let me know who you are and where you're coming in from. All righty, my dear. So let's get on the second side of this conversation, because you want to make more, number one, but number two, you want to keep more of the money that you make. So strategically saving should be a part of your vocabulary. How do you save? Okay. So feel free to, by the way, for those of you who are working on your Make More initiative, your Make More challenge, to come back here and let me know what you do. Okay. So when it comes to saving, there are three conversations I want to have with you. For me, three is a magic number. Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me? I want you to think about your monthly expenses, your weekly expenses, and funding your business, okay? So number one, let's talk about the monthly. At the end of the day, I'm sure there are things that you invest in and you spend money on. There are bills that you have that come in on a monthly basis. With respect to those, I want you to identify the following. Are there any monthly expenses that you can pause, that you can cancel, or downgrade? Those three. Can you pause anything, cancel anything, downgrade? Number four, replace. So for example, I am a WordPress girl. My website is built on WordPress, and there are quite a few plugins that I absolutely love. One of them in particular I was using was subscription-based, and I discovered a fabulous alternative. I paid one price for it. I can use it on my website. I can install it on client websites, and there's no more subscription. So that basically cut down a monthly expense, which is like, yay, right? So I want you to be able to think about that. And I was actually 2 weeks ago on a call with a client, and she was talking about, man, she's like, LaShanda, I really need to make money. So we were talking about some of her products and working on putting some things out there. But number two, the first thing that I said was, what are you spending money on? And she was like, man, I have this and this and this, and I'm not even using this. And I said, well, first and foremost, we need to work on you keeping more of the money you make, honey. So she was like, oh my gosh, LaShanda, thank you so much. I canceled this. I got rid of that. And so at least she was alleviating some unnecessary expense and stress. You know, sometimes you find yourself in a space where you think that just because you have that product, it somehow is working for you when you're not working it. You're not doing anything with it. It's just sitting there and you're wasting money on it. So when you think about your monthly expenses, especially those that money that you're putting into your business, can you identify anything that you can pause, cancel, delete altogether, right? Pause, cancel, downgrade, or replace. Replace that thing that you're investing in on a monthly basis with something that you pay in full. You're done. Don't have to pay again, right? Those are some things to think about with your monthly. Your weekly expense. When you think about your weekly, where is your money going every week? And is there anything that you're spending money on a weekly basis that you can cut back on? Like, right? Just cut it back. And think about that. When it comes to saving, a lot of times people will talk about food because food is a big expense for people, myself included. How much or how many times do you find yourself going out and spending money on that mocha latte, frappe, whatever? How can you cut back? Maybe get things in bulk, or maybe cook at home. That's food wise, right? But what are some things that you're spending out on a weekly basis that maybe you can reduce the expense on? So case in point, gas is another thing that's a very huge thing, right? You can't really help that in some cases, but there are other things that you can do to kind of either get points, or we go to Sam's Club because the gas there is a little bit cheaper. I work at home, so I don't really, I'm not a 9-to-5 person, so I don't have to drive out to my job, but I have to send my kid to school, right? So I got to drop him off at the bus stop. Now we've kind of transitioned him over to another bus because this bus is like 5 minutes away versus the other bus that was more like 20 minutes away. So I'm literally saving on gas on a weekly basis now because of this. So you want to identify some things that you invest in, you spend money on a weekly basis that you can cut back and or replace, okay? Now, last thing that I'm going to say when it comes to your saving more, and I want you guys to think about which of these you do, and then make sure that you can come in here and say, okay, LaShanda, when it comes to my monthly expenses, I cut back here, or when it comes to the weekly, I switched up this, I got that, rid of that, right? Because this is an opportunity for you to check in with yourself, for you to share your wins with the group, and also to get motivation from other people who go, yes, let me take a minute, let me take 5 minutes, let me take 10 minutes to really jump on this, take action, and get something done, right? So the last thing that I'm going to share with you when it comes to saving more is my favorites challenge, which is finding your funds to fund your business, the 5-week challenge. Hey, great rising to you, Anessa. Hey, Eva, welcome. Saving is so important to consider. Absolutely, Eva. It's so important to save, especially when you're looking at how much money you're bringing in and you're trying to stretch those dollars. You're trying to make the most of what you have. Saving is going to be a great part of that. Now, finding the funds to fund your business is actually something that I talk about because one of my clients, she reached out to me and said, LaShanda, right now, what did she say? She said, I wanted to sign up for your program. I'm not working right now. Funds are tight. Not trying to make an excuse, but do you have any recommendations for me? And I gave her this recommendation, okay? This is the Finding Funds to Fund Your Business 5-week challenge. If you guys are doing it, let me know you've already started. If you're just hearing about it, you're in for a treat. What I want you to do is I want you to pick one of the following numbers: 20, 100, or 200. If you save $20 a week for 5 weeks, that's going to give you $100. If you save $100 a week for 5 weeks, that's going to give you $500. And if you save $200 a week for 5 weeks, you're going to save $1,000. I've been doing the $200 a week. I have one thing in particular in mind, and I was able to bust that thing open and get what I needed last week. I was like, yay, super, super excited. So this week would have been week 5 for me, but I finished it up last week on week 4. So saved $1,000 and did what I needed to do. So I encourage you to try this, especially if you say, I'm looking to get ... We don't want to work in a space of impulse buying. We don't want to work in, I don't know if you've ever heard this quote before, robbing Peter to pay Paul, when you taking money from this thing and you pulling it over here, right? We don't want to work in a space where opportunities are passing you by because you keep telling yourself you don't have the money. You can find a way or find an excuse, but you cannot do both. So I encourage you to either continue or to start the Find Your Funds to Fund Your Business challenge this week, right? One of the ladies in my circle, she started it last week via my live, and she said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to save 20 and my business partner is going to save 20. They're going to do that for 5 weeks. That's going to give them a total of $200, right? So work on a particular number that is realistic for you, and make sure that you're not just saying, I'm going to do it to do it. You've got a specific goal in mind, something specific that you want to invest that $100, $500, $1,000 towards. So every week you remember to remind yourself, I want to get this. I want to get this. I need to make sure I put this money aside. You can find a way or find an excuse, but you cannot do both. So set a very specific offer. What do you want to use that money for? PYP, prioritize your priorities and identify how much money you're going to put aside. So if you guys are doing the Find Your Funds Challenge, let me know how much you're putting aside each week. And feel free to drop into the comment box what your ultimate goal is if you feel so inclined, okay? At the end of the day, I want to make sure that you guys have all the tools that you need to succeed. A friendly reminder for those of you who are just coming in, make sure that you go over to sistersense.com/SSG, because that is the Sister Sense Success Guide. It's a PDF, absolutely free, so that you can take a look at some of the resources and tools and solutions that I've got for you right now on my good for you. Now, I just want to let you know before I say the last thing that I want to share today, which is the last recommendation when it comes to making more and saving more. There's one more good one. But before I get there, let me remind you guys that this week is the last week of the month. The month is ending, which means that on the last day of this month, all early registration is ending for me. So if you wanted to come out to my Print Your Profits weekend workshop in October, or if you wanted to come out to my Fire Start Your Year workshop in January, early registration is ending on the last day at 11:59 EST of the month. So early registration for Print Your Profits is ending. Early registration for Fire Start Your Year is ending. That includes the complimentary 60-minute follow-up call, as well as complimentary access to Back to Business, my virtual conference this year. Those things are going away. VIP days, that's ending this month, as well as my 10 Clarity Call bundle. So literally I put a Clarity Call bundle because this year this month I raised the rates of my Clarity Calls. So I literally rolled back the price so that it was $30 per call for a set of 10 calls. All of those things are going away at the end of this month, and all of these things are available to you inside of the Sister Sense Success Guide over at sistersense.com/SSG. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. Feel free to drop into the comment box for me and let me know if any of these things are interesting or of interest to you. Would you like to have a clarity call with me? Let me know. Clarity call, interested in clarity call? Feel free to drop that into the comment box. Like I said, the $30 10-set bundle of 30-minute clarity calls. That's number one. Are you interested in a 3-hour VIP day so you and I can sit down and work together on your products, on your projects, knock some stuff out? That number two, the VIP day, is a last call because that's going to be it for the year until next year. Okay, my VIP clarity calls are going to be closing after this month. And of course, early registration for Print Your Profits as well as Fire Start Your Year. So excited about that. I don't know if you saw, let me see if I can grab some of this good over here. But these are some of my newest books. I call these quick books. These are books that you can put together anywhere between 3 hours to 3 days. This one is 13 Marketing Secrets for Success-Driven Entrepreneurs. This one is the 3-hour Workday Routine. I love these. I've launched these. I'm going to be sharing the print versions soon. The digital versions are in my Good Girl Boss Book Club. And I'm going to be teaching how to create these quick books as part of the Print Your Profits weekend workshop here in North Carolina, as well as sharing with you guys how you can make your own notebooks. Super excited to be releasing some of my new notebooks. Here is the Genius at Work notebook. I love this one with the little Girl Boss t-shirt. I designed all of these notebooks, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to design your own notebooks and to print them out and have them for sale. So we're going to do that as far as Print Your Profits. Again, you can learn more about the upcoming events as well as the opportunities to get calls with me and to work with me inside of your sistersense.com/SSG. That stands for Sister Sense Success Guide. All right. So again, feel free, guys, to check in with me. Let me know if you have any questions. Go forth, create amazing. The last thing that I'm going to share with you this. If you want to make more, the last thing that I want to recommend to you to do is to work on cleaning and work on getting rid of those things that no longer serve you. So I had to start cleaning my office. It's funny, I can organize things in my business like cha. When it comes to cleaning the office, it is such a big chore for me. But what's the best word to describe it? I had a mini emergency that required me to start cleaning up this doggone office. And I hadn't intended on doing it this weekend, but it had to happen. So super, super hot. The ants were marching 12 by 1,000. And so I had an ant trail. And I was like, oh my God, there's ants on my computer. So between my hubby and the cleaning, we worked it out. But it's funny because he and I both said the same thing. This is not happening without reason. God is telling you, LaShanda, you need to clean up this doggone room. You need to clean up this doggone room. One of my favorite messages is that when it's time to manifest more in your life, in your business, you got to clean up shop. You got to get rid of things that you no longer serve you. You're going to have to create the space to welcome in the new, right? And so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm cleaning up this doggone office because I started it on, what was the day the ants came? I think it was Saturday. I started it then. I'm chipping away at it now. And I encourage you to think about some places that you need to clean up shop. And get rid of some things that no longer serve you so that you can manifest more, you can make more, and you can bring in what you want into your life and into your business too. Okay. So again, that's it for today. This is my Make More, Save More challenge. Let me know what you're going to do when it comes to number one, making more by working on your revenue, your reach, and your routines. Saving more by working on your monthly expenses, your weekly expenses, and finding the funds to fund your business. That 5-week challenge. And of course, last but not least, by manifesting more, you've got to clean up shop. Get rid of those things that no longer serve you. Some spots you literally just got to go in and clean up so that you can bring in all that you want to manifest into your life. So alrighty, my dears, that's it for today. Feel free to drop into the comment box and let me know what you're going to work on. Also, let me know if you have any questions. You can always email sizzlesense@gmail.com, or when you're on the sizzlesense.com website, click that gray tab on the right and send me a voice message. All right, y'all. Have a great day. Till next time, take care. Mwah. Bye.